everyone and welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you very much for doing so. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please go ahead and do so. Leave a comment, like and share. Today I will be talking a bit about relationships. Have you ever find yourself in a relationship, whether it be a marriage or a common law union, only to realize that neither you nor the relationship is not going anywhere? I know a lot of us can relate to that. But the sad part about that is that sometimes even when we realize all of that, we still sit in the relationship. And sometimes why we stay there, it is because of fear. Fear of the unknown. We fear that if we leave, people will say this and people will say that. And sometimes if you're a woman who have children, you are more likely to stay in the relationship because sometimes when some women walk away from some men won't look after their children. And sometimes we sit because we say, oh, we have been with this person for 4 years, we have been with this person for 10 or 15 years. But if you have been in a relationship for 10 or 15 years and you don't see any progress, why are you sitting there? Sometimes we are in church and we figure, you're not going to leave because pastor going to say this, or bishop going to say this, or elder going to say this, or sister Jane going to say this. You know what? You don't know what is happening in sister Jane life or bishop or pastor life. Most times they have their own thing going on because no relationship is smooth. But what you have to do is remember that you are your own individual and you need to have a life for yourself. You need to build something for yourself. Sometimes, some women, they sit in a relationship even when the relationship is abusive, and they stay there because they drop out of school, they didn't finish their education, and they know if they leave and go out there, they don't have the kind of education to go and get a job to sustain them the way the man would sustain them. And not only women are in abusive relationship, a lot of men, they sit in abusive relationships. And why they stay in there, most time it is because of embarrassment. Because which man is going to want to stand in front of you and tell you that my woman beat me all the time, or my woman take away my paycheck, or my woman won't let me visit my family? No, but guess what? It is real. And as I said before, most times we stay in those kind of relationships because of fear. But sometimes what we have to look at is that if that person should pass away, guess what? You'll be on your own and you will have to start fending for yourself. So why not push out and do it? And don't sit there and say you're not going to let your parents know what's happening, or you're not going to tell your family member or whoever you can trust. Talk to somebody about it, because sometimes you hear that a man kill a woman or a woman kill a man in their relationship, and you say, oh boy, that person was so quiet, or he was my friend from school days, I didn't know him to be that kind of person. But guess what? You don't live with them. When those people are behind closed doors, we don't know what happened. And sometimes we tend to believe we know what is happening in people's homes, because as I said before, we probably grew up with the person, we work with the person, or we go to church with the person. But let me ask you something. Have you ever been at home with someone and that person, they're vexed with everyone in the house, but then they leave and probably walk out to the gate, and when you look out there, they're laughing and talking and having a jolly good time. But then when the person returns to the house, they come back with the same vexed spirit and the same dirty attitude. What do you think the person they were talking to believe? Yes, that you're a happy home, because the attitude that that person showed them out there, they believe that that is what you're getting at the house. But Jamaica people have this thing where they say, see me and live with me are two different something, because the behavior that the person put on outside is a total different behavior from when they're at home. And besides the behavior, some partners, they don't want you to excel. So if you could even get a better job, they discourage you from taking it. If you could even go and further your education, they discourage you, because some people, they want you to stay beneath them at all times. And don't think because it's your partner, they're giving you good advice. You have to look into things and analyze things, because some people, they want you to be a stepping stone. And guess what? Sometimes you put off your life for them. You didn't further your education, or you didn't take that better job. You stay down there with them. But when they excel, they're going to leave you behind, because sometimes they look at it and they say, oh, you're not in my class now, you're down there. and now you look back and you say, man, look how I could have done that with my life. But they say hindsight is 2020, and my grandfather always say, what you don't know today, you will know tomorrow, and what you don't know tomorrow, you will know the day after. So sometimes it takes us a while to learn. So sometimes we just have to analyze our life and look what is happening around us. Sometimes we're so blinded by love that we really can't see the danger we're in. We can't see what is happening around us. Sometimes people on the outside, they will know and see what is happening, and they come to you trying to encourage you, talk to you. But because you're so in love, you run back to your partner and you tell them everything that the person said, not knowing that you're only giving the person more ammunition to use against you. But in this life, we all have to learn in our own way. You can't just sit down and believe that everybody have your best interests at heart. You have to look out for yourself, love yourself, and believe in yourself. Because to some people, you will always be just a face without a name. Every day someone get up and they tell you, I'm doing this for us, I'm doing this to make our lives better. But yet still, it's just one person excelling. You don't share a joint bank account, you don't share a house title, you don't share a car title. So what do you have? You ever go out there and see some ladies and they look so stressed out and they continue life like that and they end up with no one? Just like some men, and you probably say, oh, I know that man, he worked there and he used to earn a lot of money. The problem is they sit in a stagnant relationship too long. So when the person gone and get ahead, they're still down there and nobody don't want them. Because when you reach certain age and you don't have nothing, is a few persons will pick you up, help you and turn your life around. I'm not a marriage counselor and I'm not a guidance counselor. I'm talking from experience, first-hand experience, and experiences I've seen in my everyday life growing up. So as I said before, take your life seriously. Look around you. Check out your relationship. If you have a happy relationship, cherish it, because they're out there. A lot of happy relationships are out there. So when you have one of that, you cherish the person, love them, let them know how much you love them, and do everything together. Enjoy your lives together. And I'm going to go back to the bad relationships. People, look around and check out your life. Don't sit in something and wait until life passes you by, because then you cannot do anything about it. Anyway, I will be wrapping up here. Thanks for watching.